Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the Landon Hayes studio on the expansive first floor of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep 3. As always, if you'd be so kind, mash that thumbs up. You guys did a great job yesterday. And hey, stay hot. Keep up the great work. If you like what we're doing, give us the thumb. And of course, if you haven't done so already, I don't know who hasn't done it, but if you haven't, please make sure that you get subscribed. Excuse me, to our channel. That way you get notified every time we put up new videos. I have put up the first 2 videos in our Winners and Whiners University series, and we should be dropping about one a day. That's the plan. I don't know that we're always going to be able to keep to that schedule, but we're going to be dropping a bunch of them. So make sure if you haven't clicked the bell to get notified when the videos drop, make sure that you do that and check out the Winners and Whiners University stuff. We're going to be going from soup to nuts, taking it from the beginning all the way through the more complicated stuff. So it should be a lot of fun, and I know I've had fun doing the first 2. So with that being said, don't forget to check out our websites, winnersandwhinersstatsalt.com, and of course, check out our partners there in New Jersey, pointsbet.com, the coolest, best betting site you will find in the entire state of New Jersey. Let us know what you're playing. You know the drill. In the comment section, drop those picks in there when you get them right. I'm going to give you the shout out. When you get enough of them right, I will give you the much coveted, the much anticipated, the one that everybody shoots for. You're going to be the capper of the day. It'll be a 24-hour period, unlike any other time in your life, where you will wear the crown of capper of the day. And my friends, we have some tremendous records today in the shout outs, including I lost track. We've got a bunch of perfect sheets and a lot of very, very good capping and a surprise that you will not want to miss as far as what one person was able to pull off. So we'll get there in a minute. But first, we'll do a quick recap of yesterday's action. Cooled off just a little bit. We had the Cincinnati. They took care of business there. Toronto, Kansas City. Nope. Royals offense, absolutely no show. Jake Junis, not too bad. Not too shabby at all. The Toronto pitcher, Langenfrucker, I don't even fucking remember his name, did well. Of course, he handcuffed the Royals, as young pitchers with very little track record so often do. And the one where we kind of got the hose job on us, we had Zach Greinke and the Arizona Diamondbacks, as they had a 2-1 lead over the New York Yankees when the rains opened up there in the 5th inning. 3-2 lead. Greinke had done very well. He'd given up just 2 runs on 2 hits, one Oppo home run that just creeped over the wall, and that would hit pretty much the extent of his damage. He'd only thrown 84 pitches, and he had it dialed in over the last 3 innings. It's a shame that the rain got washed out there. Became a battle of the bullpens, and the Yankees pulled away and did their thing late against the Diamondbacks. So 1-2 we go. I'm putting an asterisk on that game, just kind of a bad break with the rain. I thought we'd get enough rain where they'd call it official, because the Diamondbacks were up 2-1 after 5 innings, but they were able to get it in. So yippee. But you know what? We did go 2-0 on the premium side, as we finished strong on the premium side, guys. We're in the middle of a very nice run post All-Star break. And, we're expecting that just to get better. So, we had the Atlanta Braves, and we had the New York Mets. Both of those we had to unnecessarily sweat. Actually, the Mets game was a very good game against the White Sox. Great pitching. Mets got to them in the 9th. Atlanta had a 4-1 lead going into the bottom of the 8th. Gave up 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Gave up 2 in the bottom of the 9th in a situation I thought we were going to end up losing that game. They were 2 runs down. They had the bases loaded and nobody out. They ended up scoring 2 runs to tie it. But Donaldson hits a home run at the top of the 10th. And, they were able to get it done. So, there we go. We go 2-0 there. 1-2. That makes us 3-2 on the day. 60%. Again, we'll take that every single day. So let's take a look and see what we got cooked up for this evening, shall we? First of all, taking a look as the Reds take on the Braves there in a battle in the National League. Anthony DeSclafani. I always think his name should be Glenn DeSclafani. Anyway, no doubt that this is going to be a good game. Gwen DeSclafani, Anthony DeSclafani takes on Max Fried for the Braves. You know what? This is going to be a fate of Max Fried, okay? He's been fighting blister problems. In fact, he just spent 10 days on the injured list. He's made one start off that injured list. He gave up 5 runs, 4 earned in 7 hits, 3 walks in just 5 1/3 innings. By the way, quick blister story. I was at a party one time. Oh God, this has probably been 20 years ago when Jeremy Offelt was a pitcher for the Kansas City Royals, and he'd been having blister problems. And I ran into him at a party, and it was like a friend of a friend. I don't even know why he was there, but anyway, I shook hands with him. I said, "Dude, I hate to be a fanboy, but show me what your blister looks like." And it was the gnarliest fucking thing. It was like it was in the middle finger, and he had a split nail. The blister was underneath the nail, and it was the ugliest. I mean, because you think of a blister, you think, oh, I worked too hard in the garden. I didn't wear my gloves. I get a little blister. It was not like that, dude. This was. It looked unbelievably painful, and I don't know how anybody would pitch with it. He had blister problems on and off his whole career here in Kansas City. So I always feel for anybody. Anytime I hear a pitcher's got a blister problem, I do definitely feel sorry for him. Anyway, long story longer. Fried has really struggled at home, even before he was fighting the blister. He's made 4 home starts since May 22nd, 6.65 ERA, not good at all. The pen for the Braves, it's been in the bottom 2 or 3 in most categories for the month of July, but of course they did a great deal to help that yesterday as they added Chris Martin, Dylan Melanson, and Shane Green from the Detroit Tigers. These guys are good. They're not shutdown guys. The peripherals kind of belie the fact of what their ERA is, so they're certainly going to be better than what the Braves have now. But they're not HGH like we had with the Royals a few years back, where it's just automatic from the 7th inning on. The Reds, they're averaging 4.5 runs per game on the road, and I think that gets just enough of a boost in this one to put them over the total. Give me the Cincinnati Reds team total over 4.5 right here. And we are taking a look in the American League as the Astros and Indians wrap up their series. I like the Astros on the run line right here, minus 118. Garrett Cole goes for the Stros against Danny Salazar, making his first start in 2 years for the Cleveland Indians. He had shoulder surgery after his last start in 2017, and has been pretty good in the minors. He has made rehab starts. He's been there for a while. He's been with the rookie squad all the way through AAA, decent numbers. But I just think this is a bad spot to come back for your first appearance in a while. You're going up against a Houston team that's won 11 of their last 14. And you're going up against a pitcher in Garrett Cole who has been absolutely masterful. He leads the American League in wins with 16. And since mid-June, he has a 1.88 ERA in his last 11 games. And in those 11 games, the Astros have gone 9-2. Give me Garrett Cole in the Astros to finish up in a big way here against the Cleveland Indians, minus 118 on the run line. And, of course, what would it be? Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-bum. It's the NFL football season, everybody. It's the Hall of Fame game as the Broncos take on the hot Atlanta Falcons in this one. And I don't know. It's a Falcons 3-point underdog. And the total in this one has bounced between 34 and 34.5. It currently sits at 34.5. Two teams looking to redeem themselves from last year. Atlanta went 7-9, while Denver went 6-10. Storylines here: rest, and more rest. As both of these teams have to play 5 preseason games. Ain't nobody gonna be playing in the first one. All right, Denver's resting almost everybody, including Joe Flacco, and Atlanta. It was also going to be sitting out a number of players, including Matty Ice. So they will not be having any series, not even one series from either one of the starting quarterbacks. Vic Fangio was the new coach in Denver. He was the defensive coordinator in Chicago last 5 years, so he's a defensive guy, and he's got some pretty good tools there on the Denver defense to work at, to look at. So when it comes to preseason games, I like to look at the quarterbacks. I obviously look at the quarterback depth chart, see who's going to be playing. The way this is going to work out, Kevin Hogan is going to start for Denver, and then rookie sensation Mizzou quarterback Drew Lock will be coming in after that. We'll talk about Drew Lock a little bit. I'm going to be doing. By the way, I'm going to be doing a live broadcast here tonight on the game, at least for a little while, at least through the first half. We'll see how that goes. I'll talk a little bit about Drew Lock because we actually, my son played against him in high school, and so I got some thoughts on Drew Lock, and then they're going to be finishing up with undrafted free agent Brett Rippon, a kid that I really like there from Boise State. So I think Denver actually has the as it doesn't have a I think they've got a pretty good set of quarterbacks there, especially compared to Atlanta, who has just two quarterbacks on their roster. Matt Schaub, formerly of the Houston Texans, and Kurt Benkert, who is a second-year kid out of the University of Virginia, spent last year on the practice squad, and he's what you call not good. First of all, Schaub is I can't imagine that Schaub's going to be playing. Certainly, if he plays the entire first half, I'd be surprised. You know, he's 112 years old, so it's they're going to try to take it easy on him. Benkert got to play last preseason. He didn't flash much upside. Completed just 28 of 64. That's 43.8% for you and I, and 5.4 yards per attempt with 0 touchdowns, 4 picks. Not good at all. You've got a number of injured skill position players here, including Emmanuel Sanders, River Craycraft, Deshaun Hamilton, along with tight ends for Denver, Bug Howard, and Jake Butt. They just I don't think there's going to be enough offensive firepower. I think the defenses are going to be ahead of where they're going to be. We're not going to see Julio Jones. We're not going to see Calvin Ridley, at least for the first week or two. Couple things you need to know. Dan Quinn, coach of Atlanta, doesn't put a lot of stock in preseason. He is 0-8 over his last 2 preseason seasons, and that includes scoring just 27 points in 4 games last year during the warm-up time. Now, the Broncos, preseason, they scored 101 points last season, but this is a very, very different team as they no longer have Vance Joseph as their head coach. I think Vic Fangio, defensive-minded coach, probably going to turn those numbers a little bit. I like the under 34.5 in this one. If I had to lean, I'd lean Denver minus the points, and I also like the under 34.5. That is under 34.5 going to be the official play. So let's get ourselves down on the under 34.5, and while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and pick up that Astros run line minus 118, and started off right with the Cincinnati Reds team total over 4.5 at the end of those 3 games. You guys know the drill. We're going to pick up our winning tickets, and we will head back to the window. All right, everybody, let's take a look real quick at our updated season totals for the premium picks. That is for the monthly totals. That is how we finished the month: 57.7%, 30, 22, and 2. Once again, quick reminder: we started the season 2-7-1, so we go 28, 15, and 1 over the last part of the season. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of those picks. So anyway, if you want to get yourself on the premium picks, we've got some great specials that we're going to be starting off here on August 1st. So get over there, check that out. We're even going to have a new landing page where we finally got with everybody to update my landing page so it doesn't. We're not talking about April anymore. So that's fantastic. So anyway, let's get to the shout-outs. This is the part that I really wanted to talk about today. Holy crap, did we have some great picks out there. All right, let's start off with Kiss the Degenerate. And right off the bat, apparently I missed Kiss yesterday. And he says, duly noted. Yeah, no disrespect intended, my friend. That's sometimes when they come in late, and sometimes I don't catch them all, so my apologies. But today, he made up for it. He had a pretty fine day. He had hit the Braves, the Giants, the Mets, and the Cubs. And then he wanted to put some add-on plays there. So he couldn't decide whether to play the run line on the Reds or parlay it with the Angels. And he said, screw it, I put a half unit on both. Of course, we are not doing half units anymore, so I gave him a full play on each of them. Not a bad day. Still went 5-1 plus 300. got clipped a little bit there with the Angels. Holy God. The Angels and their terrible teams. Baltimore, Detroit, what in the hell? Mikey Butler. Mikey Butler said, God is good, and bless the chat. You know what, Mikey? God is good. You ain't too bad either, my friend. Mikey went 3-0 today as he had the Dodgers. He had the Boston, Tampa Bay over 10, and he had the Mets, White Sox under 8.5. None of those even had to break a sweat as he goes 3-0 plus 300. Very well done, Mike. Chris Kaiser. Chris had a fine day as well. He had the Reds. He had the Kansas City Royals first 5, which is an interesting win because, yeah, they Jake Junis did a great job. The Royals were up 1-0 after 5. And then perhaps you've heard of our shitty bullpen. I might have mentioned that once or twice. And well, they weren't terrible, but they did give up 4 runs. So they ended up losing the game, but they won the first 5. He had the Cubs. He had the A's. He had the D-backs plus 1.5. Again, that's a heartbreaking win. That should have been a victory. And he said he took the Diamondbacks plus 1.5 or the first 5. I don't know what you decided, dude. I gave you both. And then he also has Denver and the over in the Hall of Fame game tonight. So he's got a little different play on that one. But anyway, Chris goes 5-3 on the day, plus 87, the way my math works. Legion of Picks. Legion of Picks had the Twins on the run line, and he had the Dodgers on the money line as well. Missed a couple with the Sox, the A's, and Toronto first 5. But he said it's bounce back day. He said feast or famine, trying to load up the account before football season. Dude, I hear that. KC Martin, I put this one in late, but you know what? We're all in the honor system here, and we're absolutely going to count this one. He said he finally hit a 5. No, I'm sorry, this is another one. Sorry, KC hit a 5-game parlay yesterday. Well done, absolutely outstanding. Today, not too shabby. He had the or it could be she. I don't know, KC. I don't know. Anyway, had Las Vegas Aces on the money line, and had the Mets, White Sox under. Had the Twins on the money line. Missed on the Stros under. And the big miss there was the Angels at minus 200. So that was a 3-2 day, but extra squeeze on the juice for LA makes that a break-even day for KC. Ninja 13 had the LA Dodgers and the Minnesota run line. That's 2-0 plus 200. Oh, well done, Ninja. And Cryshawn Spencer. This is the one I was thinking. This is the one I was thinking about. As Cryshawn posted this, said that he had the perfect sheet today. He had the Dodgers under first 5, Minnesota run line, Atlanta first 5, Arizona first 5, and Cincinnati on the money line. Said perfect ticket finally, 6-0 plus 600. Like I said, it came in late. I know some of those games had already completed, but you know what? You guys are an honorable bunch. We're going to count it now. If we're going for 2 or 3 wins in a row, maybe not quite be so lenient. But for our purposes here today, we're going to call that 6-0 plus 600. Congratulations, crash on, brother. Well done indeed. Landon Hayes, there to defend the title. He got late to the comments. He said effing Uncle Sam. I don't know what that means, dude. I don't know if they're tax problems or if you had to be in federal work release or maybe you're witness protection. I don't know. But anyway, he's mad at Uncle Sam today. He got here late. He did hit the Dodgers on the at the money line, and missed on the Cubs Cardinals over, and missed on the Rangers Mariners under, and he missed on the A's money line. He said, "You know what? I'm taking the A's money line minus 120. It's still Jordan Lyles, dude." I agree. And Jordan Lyles was actually pretty darn good there for the A's. And I was going to play that game because, we faded the hell out of Lyles. But I kept thinking back to Drew Smyly and what Philadelphia had been able to do with that dumpster fire that was cut from Texas, actually DFA'd. Drew Smyly, 2 starts for Philly, 13 innings, 1 earned run. So I always wonder when teams would go after a guy like that, you're like, what are they thinking? And then a lot of times they can turn him around. The Royals did that with a couple of reclamation projects. Chris Young and Jeremy Guthrie. Actually got some serviceable time out of them, so I've seen that happen before, and I wanted to see what Jordan Lyles did, and he did okay. Guwap Gucci, the Gooch, he had the Twins on the run line, he had the Mets on the money line, and he had the Cardinals Cubs under, Missed out on the Phillies and ends up going 3-1 plus 172. Not too shabby at all there, Gooch. Kent P liked the deep three. Also liked the Brewers on the money line. And he had the White Sox over. That one did not happen. And had the Dodgers on the money line as well. Looks like I'm going to call that about a break-even day. Maybe squeeze for a little juice. Poppy Longwood, 69. Poppy did okay. He had a couple of tennis plays. He had Jordan Thompson, and he had Stefanos Tsitsipas. Is a Greek fellow. Minus 3.5 at plus 125. Those both came in. Missed out on the White Sox. Went to the ninth inning. Tied 1-1, certainly in that one. He had the Rays Boston over 11. And he took a spin on the Mariners, taking a little shot at some money there, plus 148. And they put up a shit ton of runs against the Rangers, but not enough. Poppy goes 3-2 on the day, plus 125. That is a darn fine day. And we just have one left to talk about, and that is one of the best handles I've ever seen on YouTube. It is Mad Carrot is Angry. And actually, he identified himself as Alan Hensley, who we've seen in the comments section a lot. Mad Carrot, Alan, had a hell of a day. Played a little soccer. He played Dynamo Kiev over 1.5. He played Shakhtar Donetsk in I believe that was the Bulgarian Premier League. I can't remember. But anyway, over 1.5 team total. He had that one. He had the Liverpool money line. They took care of business. He had the Braves on the money line. The Dodgers on the run line, minus 1.5. He says, book it. And so we shall, because all 5 of those hit. All 5 of those hit. And then he also had, playing in tennis, he had Isner, Opelka, Fognini, and Chang. He said 3 of those 4 will win, guarantee. That's the only thing Alan was wrong about all day, because all 4 of them hit. And then finished it off with a little Soussan, a little cherry on top, if you will. He played under in the WNBA game, and surprise, that one hit as well. So if you're scoring at home, kids, that is 10-0. 10-0 on the day. Mad Carrot, you should no longer be angry, my friend, because that could be, put it this way, if that's not the best performance we ever have in the comment section, then somebody's going to be making a shit ton of money. That is plus 10 units betting a maximum of 1 unit. Not surprisingly, Mad Carrot is angry. You, my friend, are our capper of the day. Congratulations, and our profitable cappers. There were many, starting with Pappy goes 3-2 plus 125. The Goo-Wop Gooch 3-1, 172. The Perfect Ticket to Crash on Spencer 6-0 plus 600. Ninja 2-0 plus 200. And Caseen Martin, we're going to give extra shout out to Caseen hitting that 5-teamer yesterday as well. And Mikey Butler 3-0 plus 300. Chris Kaiser 5-3 plus 87. And of course, Kiss the Degenerate 5-1 plus 300. Damn, you guys are kicking some serious ass. Let's keep it going in August. Best comment section anywhere. Hey, you know what? I'll see you guys later tonight, and we'll have a little fun. Bring your questions to me. I like talking in real time, and we'll make some popcorn. I'll bring the beer, and we'll watch that game together. All right? So you know the drill, guys. We'll be back here tomorrow. We'll talk all about it. We'll bitch about our bad beats, and we will brag about our fat stacks. All right? You guys take care, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.